Happy Sunday. Oh, looks like Susie is in here and Lisa is in here as well. Oh my gosh. Susie says, looks so pretty with the red hair in that picture. Gorgeous. Thank you. um, and Lisa says, agree, the red hair color really suits. Thank you. Well, I hope everybody is having a wonderful Sunday. So yeah, let me know. What do you guys have planned for today? I know that in the US we have Memorial Day weekend, so most people have Monday off, so tomorrow off. So let me know what you guys have planned, or if you got maybe just a rest day planned for today. But today, homies, we're going to be going into the collective tarot reading for the week. So starting with today, going all the way to Saturday of next week. And actually, my little brother's birthday is coming up on June 4th. So my brother will be 35. Yay! So I'll be sending off his gift. Well, I guess the post office is going to be closed on Monday. So on Tuesday, I'll be sending off his gift and his wedding gift as well, because he eloped with his girlfriend of 4 years. So, you know, got them a little something, something. But anyway, for all the people that are coming into the chat today, if you don't know who I am, my name is Tara and I'm with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot. And my website link is down below if you want to know a little bit more about me, check out my readings and all the things that I have to offer. And maybe even check out the Leon Mystery School and Desert Cauldron, which is a shop that James and I own together, James of Light of Riga. So if you want to go check out his Etsy shop or his Instagram, he's got tons of crystally goodness for you guys to go check out. But anyway, I have some fun things because we're going right into June. June is now just a few days away. I'm super excited because it's also my birth month and the birth month of most people in my family. Most people are Geminis. So anyway, let's see. So Susie is chilling today, and happy birthday to Brian. Yes, yay! Happy birthday to my little bro. And Lisa asked how he is doing. He's doing really well, actually. It was, I guess, I don't know if I told you guys the story. I guess we'll start off with that, and then we'll cast our little circle and dive into it. Susie said, congratulations, whoop, whoop, married. And yes, June 10th is my birthday. It's actually the same birthday as my dad's father, so my Filipino grandfather, except he was born in 1900. So I guess if he was still alive, he'd be 122. But he passed away back when he was in his 90s. But anyway, so okay, let me let me tell you guys the story real quick. Tokra, hello. This is good day to all. So a couple of weeks ago, I was driving to my good friend's house, my friend Tone, his wife and his 4 boys who, they're all my godsons now. Well, 2 of my godsons had their birthdays. One was in April and the other one was in May. So I was just kind of like giving their gifts together, and plus their father's birthday was also in May. Lisa said, happy birthday to all the Geminis. Yes. So I'm heading over to their house with their gifts, and my brother calls me, and I'm like, oh, well, my brother works graveyard shifts. So if he calls, it's usually pretty late at night. And then he sleeps during the day, of course. So he calls me, and it's like this really, like the phone call starts off odd. Like he's like, hey sis, how are you doing? I'm like, good. And he's like, what are you doing right now? Oh, I'm just driving. Have you done anything special lately? I'm like, what? No. I mean, I'm just driving to Tone's house. He's like, oh, that's cool. I'm doing laundry. I'm like, fantastic. That's great. And then he's like, that he had dinner, told me what he had for dinner. And then he's like, so are you sure you haven't done anything special lately? I'm like, pretty sure. I mean, like, it was just like nothing in particular was standing out in my mind, and I hadn't done anything special really lately. And I said, well, I mean, Tone is having his birthday soon, and I'm bringing 2 of his boys their gifts because they just had their birthdays. And he's like, oh, okay. And he's like, yeah, I'm just like separating my clothes right now for the wash. And I'm like, okay, that's great. And he's like, yeah, and I have work at 10 o'clock. I'm like, okay. And I'm like driving. I'm like, trying to see where my my brother's like thought process is going. And then he says, so this, when he called me, it was the day after Mother's Day. And so he says, So the day before Mother's Day, his girlfriend, well, now his wife, called up her mom, and her mom's in the Philippines, and since she doesn't really speak English all that well, my girlfriend was translating what her mother was saying. And you know how they always do, they joke like, oh, you know, you've been with our daughter for 4 years now, when you're gonna marry our daughter? And he says, you know, we're having a good laugh about it. He goes, then the father jumped in and he's like, you know, how long are we gonna have to wait until you put a ring on it? You know, basically, you know, we need to marry our daughter. And he's like laughing, and then he says, so I thought, well, I mean, I guess we could do it this afternoon, maybe before dinner. So I looked at my girlfriend and I was like, do you think we can maybe fit in a wedding maybe before dinner? And she was like, sure, yeah, let's go ahead and let's do that. And he's like, so we called up her brother and he had his cell phone and he took pictures and video. And so we needed a witness because we were going to go down to the courthouse because, you know, I didn't ever want anything fancy. And so while we were at the courthouse, the judge was laughing because I kept stuttering and stumbling over my words. And the judge is like, are you sure this is something you want to go through with? And he was like, yeah. He's like, so yeah, I got married. And then that night, most things were closed, but the Golden Corral was open. So I figured that has food for everybody. So we had Golden Corral. And yeah, so I'm married now. So I'm just finishing up my laundry, and I was thinking maybe I'll do the whites first, and I think before I do my brights, and I'm just like, whoa, wait, back it up. Wait, you got married? Wait, just before dinner? You scheduled it? Wait, what is, So I was like, you know, like, give me more details. And so he says, well, I told Papa yesterday. And I was like, okay. So hence why I'm now sending off not only his birthday gift, but I'm going to be sending a wedding gift for he and Rhoda. So yeah, that was surprising. Yeah, my baby brother is married now, you guys. I can't like believe it because when I think of him, literally in my mind, he's 9 years old. Okay, that's the boy that I see. When I dream of when my brother's in my dreams, he's 9. Like, so like the thought that like, oh my gosh, he's like married and like he's an adult. He's like turning 35. He's an adult now. And Susie says, to a long, happy marriage. Yes, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I wish them both well. You know, I love his, well, now wife. I love his wife. She seems very good to him. You know, she's very kind, very sweet. He loves her very, very much. Like, just the way that she cares for him and, you know, that he wants to do, you know, the right things and the best things for her. So, I'm very happy for him. And yeah, so just, you know, send them a little something, something. But anyway, let's dive into our readings. What do you think? Susie said, sounds perfect. And Dilos says, congratulations. Yeah, so, you know, pretty happy over here for him. Okay, so you guys, I have some, Aliso said, fantastic news. Yeah, I'm like, oh. I have some decks that I want to utilize for today. I don't know, I was just kind of getting some vibe for today. And I'm going to be using my Wally's World Oracle, of course. And if you're wondering what this is an oracle that I created, but alongside our wonderful community. So not only did we work on it together as a community, but it was also funded as a community. So if you want to take a look at this deck, the link is down below if you're interested. But I'm also going to be using the Vision Quest Tarot today, so I'm going to pair those two together. Oh, Susie with the Wally's World. I'm also going to use the Invisible Light Tarot. I don't know if you guys have seen this one busted out in a while. The Divine Messenger Oracle, the Synchronicity Oracle, and some runes. So I'm going to bust out my Pacha runes, so my Pachamama runes. All right, so let's cast our elemental circle. So the reason I cast the circle is just as if I was doing work at my altar, which actually I'm sitting right in front of my altar right now. But since we're all going to be coming in here together, we want to make sure that the messages are clear, they're high vibe, and we get the best clarity and messages possible for our best and highest good for all of us, whether you're watching later or you're watching right now. Okay, so the circle is energetic, so it transcends space and time. You don't physically have to be here with me in my apartment in order to feel the effects of that circle. But I do like to utilize actual elements when casting that circle, again, for their energetic properties. Susie said, P.S. A wedding with a buffet at Golden Corral, 50 years, easy. Exactly, exactly. All right, so we're gonna bring in that element of fire, you guys. Let's clear up this space here. Burn away anything that doesn't need to be here, interfering with our intuition. We want to make sure that everything is nice and bright and clear. So thank you for fire. And now bringing in a little bit of that air element with my Palo Santo here. Using the element of air to help cleanse the space as well. This smells so good. Oh, it smells so nice, and it feels so nice as well. Okay, and then bringing in a bit of our water element. And this particular water has been charged through 2 eclipses, the solar eclipse and then the lunar eclipse. So starting with the new moon all the way to the super full blood moon that we have. So but this could be utilized both to bring in and release at the same time. So I would like to bring in clarity, but also to release any sort of blockages or negativity that might affect our reading today. So again, using the energy of this water, and since it's a nice warm day, maybe a little bit of water for myself. All right. And then for the earth element, are you ready for this? You guys know I'm always trying to use a different wand for our circle casting, but check this out. So this is a prototype of some wands we've been working on. We want to make sure that the energy is good, you know, so I do work with our wands before we actually sell them. So I want to make sure that, number one, it's good, not going to fall apart. And also, 2, that energetically it's doing what I think it could be used for, or how other people might use it in their practice. So if you guys are wondering what this is a naturally shed springbok, a male springbok horn. And then we've attached an indigo gabbro up at the top. But in order to balance the weight on the inside, we actually ventured out to the Superstition Mountains, which are known to be some very high vibe and powerful energy portals that are out there in the Superstition Mountains. And it was originally home to many of the Apache Indians out here. So we have some of that Superstition Mountain dirt in here to kind of bring an element of that powerful energy mixed in. So if you can kind of hear it, you can hear a little bit of the sand that's in there. So anyway, gonna go ahead and cast that circle. Love holding it like this when I'm doing my rituals and everything. So I think this is gonna be something awesome that we add to the shop. So pretty excited about this. Liesl says, wow. All right, so let's go ahead and call in those elementals. So calling in the elementals of the north to help us to cast our circle today. Calling in the elementals of the east to help us to cast our circle today. Calling in the elementals of the south to help us to cast our circle today. Calling in the elementals of the west to help us to cast our circle today. The circle is cast. Let our work begin, and so it is. All right. Love this so much. For me, it's got more of a, it's a protective energy, but I think it would be really good for anybody maybe working with the shadow or dark goddess. You know, I think that would be a really good wand. But you know, we'll work with it some more, and then maybe stay tuned and check out Desert Cauldron. All right, so let's take a look at what we have cooked up for today. So first, let's get into our Mayan astrological message. So If you're wondering why I'm doing that, I am a Mayan astrologist, and I also teach Mayan astrology in my Leon Mystery School, amongst other teachers and other subjects. But today, um, the Mayan date would be 5 Kimi. So the number 5 is a fast-paced energy, a quick energy, and Kimi is the day sign of death and rebirth. So when people are going through transitions, as we all have been, possibly, I mean, we kind of always are, but I think people are going through bigger transitions in the past few years, and more awakenings and leveling up and healing of shadows and traumas, and just becoming brighter versions of ourselves. Kind of like, I see us as like little nesting dolls. We just keep getting brighter and brighter and brighter, and we have more to share with the world. Well, when it comes to death and rebirth and transformation, today might be a day that challenges us when it comes to our shadows and our traumas. Things may come up, so that we can transform, so that we can become that little nesting doll that keeps getting brighter and brighter. But with that rushing energy, the number 5 can definitely throw us for a loop. So definitely, if you're feeling like things are a little intense today, or there's a lot coming up for you, then this will be the time to really slow down. The energy will be just, keep going, 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 but that might be overwhelming for a lot of people, because we're only human. So definitely slow down as best you can. Take care of yourselves. If you need to literally just go take a nap, or go meditate out in the grass or whatever it may be, definitely try to slow down today if you can. All right, so by the time we get to Saturday of next week, of this, upcoming Saturday, again, we go into 11 Eb. So we'll be towards the end of our Trecena. Trecena is 13 days, or a 13-day week. So Eb is all about the road that we travel. So we are, it's the physical roads that we travel on, but also our journey. We always talk about our path or our journey or the road of life. And the number 11 is a neutral number. It's a powerful number, but it's neither positive or negative. So when it comes to the roads that we travel, let's say physically the roads that we travel, maybe make sure that you are taking extra precautions, and maybe don't allow crazy drivers to get you all riled up, in their energy and in their world, so we don't need aggression out there on the roads. But also when we think about our own personal road, and when there's hiccups that happen, and maybe where some of those things will be brought to the surface or brought to light next Saturday, we want to realize, do we want to just get like sucked into things in the past, because we're trying to move forward on our path. It doesn't mean to absolutely forget everything that's happened in the past, but don't live there, so it could be very easy to bring back everything for the past and try to put it into the present, because that number 11 is very powerful, and it'll go however you wish to take it. So if you want to take it like that, you want to take those traumas and bring them back and make them as if they've happened all over again, then you could, and that would probably be very difficult and devastating. So instead, it's more of, I see that, I want to transmute it with all that energy. I want to move forward. How is this going to help me in the present moment and, moving forward? So definitely make use of that number 11 energy, and then decide where you want to go next on your road of life. So yeah, sure, we can take a glance back, but we definitely don't want to live back there. All right, so let's see. Susie said, I hear that, crazy drivers. Yeah, especially here in Arizona, man. Nicest people, but on the road, I'm pretty sure they want to murder you. Susie said, all the time where I live. Yikes. Great message. Okay, so the herb of the week. So all of my green witches out there, maybe you don't consider yourself a witch at all, but you do love working with herbs and creating incenses, or maybe some, well, now that it's in the Northern Hemisphere, we're in summertime, going into summertime soon. Well, here, I think it's already summer because it's like super hot. But you might want to make some sun teas. Maybe you want to make, maybe like an infused water that you keep in the fridge, so you have something nice and cool, but has like an infusion of lemon or basil or something in it. So however you want to use these herbs, up to you. But the herb that I chose for this week, move that here, is hibiscus. Let's take the lid off so you guys can get into this hibiscus goodness. And as you know, when you make a tea out of it or you infuse it in water, it tends to turn everything red, or at least a very dark pink. So magically speaking, hibiscus is really good for divination spells or love spells, lust spells. So if you're looking to add a little oomph to your love game, hibiscus is really good for that. But also, if you're looking at it more for the physical body, how can hibiscus help you? It's really good anti-inflammatory, hence I like to ingest it. I like to take it in. So, you know, if you did want to make a sun tea out of it or a hot tea, or you wanted to infuse it in some water, because it's flower petals, so what is in them is very delicate, especially if you're looking to get more of the antioxidants that are out of it. You might want to do a cold infusion as opposed to a hot infusion. There are different, I would say, antioxidants that you can get from a hot infusion, but many of the vitamins are retained when you do a cold infusion. So just, you know, FYI, something you guys want to take a look into. But you can also use it alongside what other regimen you have in keeping track of your health. Like if you are on a weight loss journey or just a physical fitness journey, hibiscus can be really good for that, really good at fighting bacterial infections, and also really good for the liver, so really cleansing for that. And also, if you didn't know, we do make some smoke blends for Desert Cauldron, and I do like to see, like I'm doing my research, like which herbs are okay to be inhaled, you know, into the lungs. And actually hibiscus is one that I have tried smoking hibiscus, and it's a unique flavor. It's almost like, I don't know, like the scent of it doesn't really smell like flowers, but kind of smells like you're in the woods somewhere. It's kind of cool, but it helps to reduce anxiety and any sort of tension you may have. So I would say within 5 minutes of smoking it, like the relaxing effect that you get is just like, huh. So if you're looking for something like that, you know, I like to offer that as well. Susie said the crone tea was delightful. Well, good, yeah. And by the way, we do have some teas on Desert Cauldron if you want to go check them out. I do need to make more types for you guys to choose from, so keep an eye out. All right, let's get to this spread here for our week. So we'll do a spread, and then I want to look into the elemental forecast. So your elemental signs, so all our fire signs, our water signs, air signs, earth signs. We'll take a look at that, and then you guys got to vote on my YouTube channel for the special question, and so the results are in for that. We'll do a viewers poll, a live viewers poll here for some other questions that we could pull cards on. We'll do our healing, and then of course at the end of the chat, anybody who would like to do super stickers or super chats, I'd be more than happy to pull a card personally for you at the very end. All right, so the spread that I have here looks just like this. And I cannot take credit for this spread. The spread actually comes from Inner Goddess Tarot. And the name of the spread is called Bask in the Light. And I thought that it was really good since we're going to be going into June and we're exiting May. You know, for Northern Hemisphere, our light is getting much stronger. So the questions are, what am I not seeing in myself, you know, as we work on things this week? Number 2, what can I reveal about myself to the world this week? Number 3, what area of my life is about to flourish, you know, as we get into June, right smack dab in the middle of the year. How can I open myself up to greater joy? And lastly, what message does the sun have for me? All right, so for that, I am going to use the Vision Quest and my Wally's World Oracle. So I encourage you guys, if you would like to bust out your decks, please do so. I like when we kind of all share our messages and our intuition here. So even if you don't have your decks with you, or runes or Lenormand or whatever it is that you use, utilize that good old intuition. Let that come in, and if there's something that you see in the cards that I don't see, go ahead and mention it in the comments. Okay, so I would like to pull just an overall card, maybe while you guys go get your decks or, you know, whatever it is that you need to grab. And jump in on this too, but I want to get an overall theme for this upcoming week. And by the way, I'm having so much fun doing the elemental readings for the month. I think, you know, I like it better that way. So we started off with all the fire signs, and then, you know, I read individually during the chat for each of the fire signs, and that was a lot of fun. Did water signs on Friday, and we'll be back to reading for the zodiac signs for June on Monday with our earth signs. And then on Tuesday, we'll finally finish off with our air signs. Hello, Geminis. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Oh, interesting card. So this is a picture that actually I took when I was in Rome. So that's actually the Basilica. And I have Wally photoshopped in here. Where did I put my Wally Wallito? He's right there, up near the pinnacle. Just chilling, getting some sun. All right, Susie said, Field Guide to Guardian Dragons Oracle. A very happy deck using this one. Oh, excellent. Yeah, you guys definitely grab your decks and jump on in. Okay, so let me take a moment to dive into this one. And as you know, I've been doing, like I said, a lot more channeling lately, other than just strictly going off the card. So I'm trying to go into the energy of the card. Oh, okay. So the energy, the overall energy of this week, you know, and we'll have to mix it in with all the other messages that we get with, you know, our other parts of our reading today. But it seems like the overall theme or message is to really look into things, even if it seems innocuous. Really look into the information that you obtain this week, because things are not always what they seem on the surface. So it could be something as simple as, I don't know, like those of you who have kids, like maybe your kid comes in, they got a scraped up knee, and they say, oh, I just fell down on the ground. Maybe it's a little bit more than that. Maybe they didn't actually trip and fall. It could have been a little bit more that was going on that maybe your kid isn't telling you, not because of, you know, they're trying to be shady or anything like that, but maybe they're trying to save you from worry. So they may not say exactly how they hurt their knee, but just things like that. Or maybe something that you see on the news, if you do watch the news, that there's more. There's more that's not being said. And when information is withheld, we can't make the best decisions when we don't have all of the information. You know, if you have, let's say there's two sides, of course there's always more than maybe two sides, but let's say there's two sides to an issue, and one side says this, but you never hear from this other side, then all of our judgments are only based on this one point of view. So whatever information that you get this week, again, whether it's coming from people in your family, your kids, you know, something on the news, or just hearsay at work, just make sure that you look beyond and seek out that other information. It may not be easy to obtain, but just make sure that you at least make the effort to seek out that extra information or that other parts of information that may be missing, even if you don't know what you're looking for, just so that you can make some better and clearer judgments for yourself and or decisions, you know, moving forward. So just a little FYI, again, this is just kind of like the overarching theme. Just make sure that you look beyond, you know, so somebody tells you something, okay, but see if there's more, you know, so be a nosy student. What else is there? The teacher said this, but there's got to be more to than what just the teacher is saying. So go beyond, go beyond. Let's see. Let me go back here. Lisa is using a good old RWS tarot today, and Susie said it's the OG. Susie said, I drew overall kiwi dragon, fertile. Anyone? Oh goodness. Lisa said my cards just spat out the moon card. Interesting. And Susie said theme, going with the moon. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. And actually, this almost looks like dome shaped, like the moon, or spherical, and then this being the dome. So yeah, moon card, you guys. All right, so let's take a look at the vision quest here, and now I'm going to be pulling the cards that go along with the spread questions for this week. So if you guys want to jump in, by all means do so. Let me give these a good shuffle. Okay, so the very first question is going to be, what are you not seeing in yourself this week? What are we not seeing in ourselves this week? What am I not seeing in myself? What are we not seeing in ourselves this week? And also, I guess, playing off of that moon card, you know, seeking what is beyond, what is hidden. Let's see what I have here. And I have the Mother of Water, which would be the Queen of Cups. Susie said, new moon, May 30th, plant those seeds. Yes. And it's coming up very soon. That's tomorrow, you guys. A new moon in Gemini. Heck yeah. So Susie said, tea dragon, relax. Okay, what am I not seeing in myself for all of us? So okay, so this is for myself, but also for, you know, other people that are watching as well, either now or later. So with the Mother of Cups, what I'm getting here is, all I saw is us being little sponges, and many of us are empathic. You know, we can pick up on the feelings and emotions of those around us. And sometimes what we don't see in ourselves as sometimes that we take on those people's feelings and emotions as a type of how do I want to put this? It's very hard to describe the feeling inside of us where we want to take away somebody's pain and suffering, but when it comes to us taking it on, we don't see it as, oh, it's like, it's okay. It's just me taking on somebody else's pain and suffering. It's okay if I have pain and suffering, but I don't think it's okay for the people around me. I want to help them. And of course, that's a very noble thing. You know, you don't want to see people suffering. You don't want to see people in pain. But at the same time, you have to recognize that they are an extension of you. You know, you are them as well. You are just as important and full of love as they are. You know, we see love, but also you are love. And so something that we need to take a look at within ourselves is when we take on, and sometimes it's subconscious, when we take on other people's feelings and emotions as a way to save them, we end up hurting ourselves because due to some sort of lack of self-esteem or self-worth, we think that it's okay that we suffer, but not for others. And so you might want to take a look at how, you know, whatever is going on this week, how can we all heal together instead of one person basically becoming the receptacle of everybody else's negative emotions? So that way, love is recognized in each and every one of us instead of just externally. Okay. All right, let's see what you guys have here. Ooh, Liesl got the 10 of Cups. Susie said, I think this is going to be a baby announcement with Brian. Oh my goodness. Whoa. I can't even think of my brother having like a kid too. Like, really? You guys just got married. Liesl's like, Susie, I think you're right. Wow. So, yeah, definitely some good messages out there. Hey, you know, if an announcement like that is made, of course, I would share it with you guys. So I'll let you know. But also, you know, lovely messages, a lot of watery messages, and especially, you know, starting off with kind of like the moon card type messages. So lots of emotion, lots of feeling, lots of water going on. Okay, so let's pull our second card. What can we reveal about ourselves to the world this week? I know some of you guys are very private, but the more open, or the more we open our hearts to others, yes, sometimes we can bring in pain, but also we have a chance to bring in friendship, to bring in love, to bring in growth, and to bring in healing. So even if you are a very private person, what is something about yourself, maybe one small thing that you can open up to or try to open up to share with people this week? So let's see. What is something that we can reveal to the world or share with others about ourselves this week? What can we reveal to the world this week? open up. All right, let's see what we have here. Oh, more water. Four of water. So the Four of Cups, abundance. Susie's like, I'm not going to make this up. Lemon, lime, dragon, union. Wow. Wow is right. I need to check out that deck too. That sounds amazing. Okay, so, what can we share with the world or reveal something about ourselves to the world this week? And by the way, this deck is a little bit different. It's not RWS, really. It's kind of its own thing. Okay, so this is what I'm getting. So a lot of the things that we take for granted, we go to work, we make some money, we pay our bills, we make food. When people's birthdays come up, a lot of you guys like to make gifts, and there isn't a second thought really. It's just the things that we do. We just see it as, oh well, that's just what I do. But these things, share them with people. I know that they may just seem like just something like that you do to you, but to others, the things that you do are amazing. Not everybody has the talent that you have to make gifts. A lot of you guys are really good and crafty at making gifts. You like to sew, or you like to make things with your hands. You like to paint. Some of you guys are singers, and so you do these very creative gifts for others, and it means a lot to them. Like the energy exchange is beautiful. They're grateful for the things that you're able to gift them with, and not just the gift itself, but because it's coming from you and coming from your energy. And so, you can share that with people. Oh, when I make gifts for people, I do this. Like I said, for you, it's like, oh, well, that's just something I do. But to other people, they're like, oh, wow, you make what? That's amazing. Or when it comes to dinner time, you may just be like, oh, I just like whip something up in the kitchen, and it's just no thing for you. But to anybody else who maybe has limited ingredients or something, what you do is amazing. It's like you're making magic in the kitchen. For the most part, many of you are. But the things that you think are just humdrum to-do list every day, share it with people and see what kind of reaction you get. You might realize that the things you do are rather magical and mean a lot to other people, even if they just seem mundane to you. So that could definitely be something that you guys share this week. So whether you want to share this with a friend, neighbor, on Facebook, I would say put it out there, even if you think it's mundane. All right, so let's see. Let's put that one up there. Just want to get these in kind of like spread formation. Let's see what you guys have. I'm sorry, I have to sneeze. Okay. Let's see. Liesl got the Magician. Oh! Susie said, wonderful cards. Oh my goodness. So many hearts all around. This is amazing. And wow. And then all this water energy, this is interesting. This is interesting. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you. Sorry, I didn't want to like be all like, okay. Let's see. Let's go into our third question. What area of our life is about to flourish this week? So what area of our life is about to flourish this week? Okay, you guys go ahead and pull your cards. What area of our life is about to flourish this week? More water. And I tell you, I use this deck quite a bit. So it's been shuffled, like mega shuffled. But somehow I'm getting all the water cards. So we have the Eight of Cups here, and it says stagnation. Okay, so again, what area of our life is about to flourish? Okay, this is what I'm getting. So remember at the very beginning we had the overarching theme with, with my Wally's World Oracle, and we saw the dome of the Basilica. And we said it was kind of like the moon card, where you want to look beyond. You want to look, even if you don't know what you're looking for, just making sure that you at least looked for more information. Somebody gives you information, look for more information than that one source. That's things that I used to tell my students back when I was an English teacher, high school English teacher, is don't just write an entire paper off of one source. That's one opinion or one set of quote unquote facts. Look at other opposing opinions, especially because oftentimes in the middle is where you actually find the truth. You know, when you have one side and then you have the opposition, somewhere in the middle, truth can be found. So try to look beyond. And so something that's flourishing for us this week is if we can do that, if we can look at what comes up for us, or we can look at the information that comes in and we look beyond, we find a new truth. We find something else that we are like, oh, well, you know what? That resonates with me and I can take that in. And as we do, we let something else go. Okay, so this is now replacing some old programming. So perhaps the old programming is something centered around your abundance or your ability to make money. Maybe it's centered around your self-worth, whatever it may be. It seems like by you doing your due diligence of looking beyond, you get this information, and that's just the information that you needed to finally let that past go, that thing go, so that you can flourish. So whatever blocks were coming because of that old program, that trauma, or that old belief are now eradicated so that you can move forward with your abundance. You can move forward in love. You can move forward in your manifestations, whatever they may be. But it all starts with being the student. Look beyond what the teacher is telling you. Okay. All right. Let's see what you guys got here. Susie got lucky. Clover dragon. Luck. And Lisa got the Ace of Pentacles. And Susie's like, wow. Good stuff, you guys. Good stuff. Wow. This is going to be one heck of a week. And we'll have to definitely come back and talk about it next week. Like, how did your week go? And I'll let you know if anything awesome came up as well. Okay, let's go into question number 4. How can I open myself up to greater joy? So how can I open myself up to greater joy this week? Let's see. How can I open myself up to greater joy? Oh, now I got the Ace of Pentacles. So this is the Ace of Earth. Okay, so I'm right behind Liesl now. So how can I open myself up to greater joy? And let me dive into this. And by the way, when I see the corn here, I'm also thinking about, well, the beliefs in, Mayan mythology. And I think about, the 4 colors of the corn. I think about the corn, or the god of the corn, and what all that represents. It represents life. It represents their, I guess, quote unquote, religion or belief. It represents the creation of humans. There's a lot that surrounds corn. So let's go into this one. Interesting. Okay, so this is the imagery that I'm getting. I'm just going to share it with you guys. Hopefully it makes sense. But I was seeing each of us just standing where we are, or sitting, but maybe you want to stand, and taking a look around you. So if I were to stand right now, so I'll use myself as an example. If I were to stand up right now, because right now I'm sitting on the floor of in front of my altar, which is also connected to the kitchen. But if I were to stand up right now, and I take a look around at everything that I have here. I have kitchen, living room, my awesome boyfriend. I have my beautiful altar. I have all of the items that we sell in our shop, Desert Cauldron, that we've created together and also in combination with local artisans. If I look over here, I have a pantry full of food. You know, I will not go hungry, you know, and I realize that the thing that is in the center of all of this is me. You know, that without me, we would not have this apartment together. You know, if I didn't, you know, open myself up, I would not have this wonderful human being that's sitting over there. I wouldn't, you know, if I didn't open up spiritually, I wouldn't have this beautiful practice that I have behind me. If we didn't work together, we wouldn't have Desert Cauldron, where many people have been able to access our wonderful tools. You know, the work that we do together puts food in our pantry. And when you recognize this and that you have created so much just standing where you are, it doesn't matter what room you're standing in or even where you're standing, even if you're in the middle of the supermarket, but you just look around and you realize that the thing that has brought all of this together is you. You are point zero. You are the person in the middle of this. And that should bring enormous joy, recognizing that you do have a great place here in this world. If each and every, the billions of people that are on this planet, if we did recognize how valuable we really are and how much we can affect our environment, dude, talk about ascension. So I think that is a great way for you guys to really bring in more joy, is to really recognize how important you are and how magical you are and how many wonderful, abundant things surround you. Oh my goodness. These channelings, man, I tell you, they make my eyes drippy. Let's see what we got here. Lisa said, my goodness, I saw a blue orb. You know what? I've been seeing more orbs lately as well. And Susie says, beautiful. And Lisa is also feeling that. So yeah, that's definitely perhaps one way you guys can bring in more joy and open yourself up to more joy this week, is if you just take just a moment to just stand there and just look at all the things around you, and that most of this wouldn't be here without you. So yeah, I love that. Ooh, I love tapping into the corn here. And by the way, Lisa was talking about a blue orb, and I was thinking actually the thing that stuck out to me about the corn is the blue corn, which I've had before, and it's pretty cool. I don't know. Some corn tastes different, like sweet corn, but I guess all the different colors just kind of taste the same to me. But that's what stuck out, is blue. And then Lisa sees a blue orb. So that is amazing. So let's pull our final card for this spread. And the final card is, what message does the sun have for me? All right. What message does the sun have for me? So some people call the sun Apollo. Some people call it Ahau, as they do in Kichi. Ooh, whoa, too many cards. Okay, so we're gonna put those back in. That is too many messages there. Y'all just gotta hold your britches. Oops, I put some of these in upside down. There we go. All right, so again, what message does the sun have for me? Okay, what's the sun? Oh, we have small medicine wheel. And well, isn't that just shaped like the sun? How amazing is that? I know that there's a sun card literally in this deck, but this kind of looks like the sun too. Oh, Susie got apple dragon, health. I take that as that has a happy heart. Aw, that's amazing. Okay, so let me see what message the sun has for us here. Okay, one loud and clear message. It's kind of from like this, tapping into solar energy, that when at our core, we truly recognize that everything is connected beyond our conscious level. This is going into a subconscious level. When we realize that everything is connected, we literally, you can see, or at least I see, like these roots, these I don't know, like phalanges, they're like coming off of us. Our energy is not only spherical or oblong, but also we have these like flowing arms of energy coming off of us. And these arms of energy attach to similar frequencies. So if you're vibing with somebody over here, your little energetic arms are going to attach to that person. Their little energetic arms are going to attach to you. You bring them in. Same thing for everything around you. And so the sun is saying, when we can realize, or when we understand at a core level, like truly at a core level, just beyond our conscious, that we're all connected, everything here is connected, that is when true change and true healing takes place. Because you no longer see an enemy, you can only see yourself. The divine. You are the divine. He, she is the divine. They are the divine. Animals are divine. And you affect them just as much as they affect you. So that's the main booming message coming in, that's the way that the transformation that's needed on the planet, and the growth and the healing that's needed for everything, down to a cellular suffering a little bit for her as well. So again, hopefully you guys are, or I'm back, man. Okay. All right, so Susie says, okay, all right, then we are back. We are back in business. Okay, so let's jump into our elemental forecast. Butterfly love child, hey, you're never too late. Okay, so again, if you guys want to continue with your decks and your intuition, and let's do this. So let me know who has some fire in their Western astrology chart, who has some air energy, who's got some of that earth, and who's got some of that water energy. So let us know. So I am air, water, and I have a lot of that in my Western astrology chart. In Mayan astrology, I'm all fire, baby. So let's see, butterfly era. Susie's like, take two. I bet she starts a new stream. Well, hopefully it's still here and okay. But yeah, if it gets too buffery or it just stops working altogether, yeah, of course I'll definitely start a new stream. Okay, let's see. What do I want to use with this in? Ooh, so Liesel is Earth Wada Wada. Butterfly is also Earth Wada Wada. And Susie is now back. Okay, I'm back. All right. So with my Pacha runes, and Tok'ra is air, fire, water. Ooh, that's a good mix. That's a nice mix. Oh, Tavish is here. Hello. Fire, earth. Ooh, look at you. And Susie, air, earth. Liesel said ether and air and Ayurveda. Ooh, very nice. Yes, it is. So these are my little Pacha runes. Tok'ra's mid-heaven. I have a little bit of fire. Like I have Sagittarius elsewhere in the chart, like in the planets. I have Leo as my north node. You know, a little bit of fire there. But I have a few placements of Cancer in my chart as well, and another placement of Scorpio. So yeah, I would say it's like mostly air with a lot of water and a touch of fire and absolutely no earth. Okay, so let's take a look at our fire elementals. So those of you that have fire within your chart, let's see what you guys have cooked up for this week. Susie's midheaven is 20 Gemini air And Tavish says, hey everyone, missed you guys. We missed you too. Welcome back. Welcome back. You know what song just popped in my head? Welcome back, Cotter. Dun, 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 welcome back, Cotter. Let's see. Okay, fire signs, fire signs, fire signs. What do you guys have for this week? Ooh, lightning. It was lightning and frightening. Sometimes gets a little bit too deep. Okay, fire. All right, so looks like fire signs might have a little bit of some things shaking up or rocking your world this week. But remember what we said with the messages, it's all about looking beyond. So if something occurs and everybody's saying, oh my gosh, this is the thing that's happening, and and right away we get that pathos, we get that emotional response, and and that totally takes over the logic brain sometimes, and this emotional response jumps in, oh my gosh, but then you look beyond. And remember, when we take all that information, somewhere in the middle is where you find truth, and that's where you find your stability. So fire signs, if you feel like something is truly rocking your world, and maybe not the best way possible this week, this is where you need to do your due diligence and look beyond. What other information is out there? And as you get more information, the more power we have. With more knowledge comes power. So with that knowledge, that's where you get to bring yourself back to center and bring yourself back to stability. So that's what I'm getting for our fire signs this week. So yeah, sure, maybe some things will shake things up, but look beyond. Look beyond so that you can create stability once again. All right. Susie said, lightning for the fire. I know, isn't that just perfect? All right, so let's look into, let's go to earth signs. Yeah, let's go to earth signs next. And, ooh, you guys sharing all your placements and things like that. Very cool. Let's go to earth. Earth, baby, earth, baby. Earth, global inferno. Okay, earth. Oh, we have the hummingbird. So let's take a look into what hummingbird has for us. Ooh, okay. So earth energy. I'm also getting like this. I know today is a number 5, which means fast-paced energy, but I kind of feel like there's a hint of that throughout this week. So if you feel like it's just too much, like things are just moving too fast, there's just a lot happening, more than you can take in at once. Hummingbird comes in to tell you that you're I want to say your spirit guides, your ancestors, which are, with all of us, of course, but particularly our earth signs, what your higher self, guardians, ancestors, angels, whatever label you want to give them, they're going to try to give you signs to help slow you down, because it's very easy to miss a sign when we're just in go, 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 go mood. But if you know to start looking for them and paying attention, like, oh my gosh, that hummingbird is doing something rather unusual, which hummingbird actually did last week with us. We were being followed by a hummingbird. But things like that, or a random feather falling out of the sky with no bird in sight. And it's like, wait a minute, that's to help you to slow down so that you can remain in the present, and from it we can create real magic in all the things that you want to do. But if we're in a constant rush mode, an 8 of Wands type mode, and we're just moving, it's very hard to create that magic because the energy is a little too chaotic. And so I do feel that for our earth signs, there is going to be many messages that are there for you this week, but you have to be looking for them. You have to pay attention, which means slow down, my friends, slow way down. Okay, so yes, definitely with the hummingbird. Susie says, I love this chat. Yeah, you know what? I love our Sunday chats. Like, seriously, I love when I get to do my my monthly readings, but I think this is a little bit more cozy when we get to do our weekly readings together. You know, this is a lot of fun. Okay, let's see. Let's go into water signs. You guys ready, water? Lisa said, great advice from me. Aw, I love you guys too. Let's see, water. Water, water, water. Oh, speaking of water, moon cycles. Okay, let me dive into this one. And I know, yes, we have the new moon in Gemini coming up tomorrow. Oh my gosh, water signs. I know Gemini is not a water sign, but let me just dive into this real quick. Okay, this is interesting. And I guess it's a message, but it's more like what I was getting is a download for a thing for you guys to do, all of you. Wherever you have water placement in your chart. I have water in my rising sign, but I also have it in my Mars and my Venus and Pluto, I believe. Get a glass. Actually, get one of your most bougie glasses that you guys have in your cupboard. Okay, or if you want to get, I think one of you guys has a really fancy glass or goblet that one of your kids or your grandkids made for you. Bust that out. Okay, for others, just get your nicest glass that you can. Okay, and starting tomorrow with the new moon, I want you to put that glass somewhere where it's readily accessible for you, on your altar. You can even put it outside. And for each day until we get to the full moon, you know, so we're going to go through an entire moon cycle. Until we get to the full moon, I want you to put a little bit of water into that cup each day. And I want you to put intentions to that water, because water acts just like quartz, just like a quartz crystal. You can activate it, you can put your intentions into it, you can program it. Okay, you're going to be programming this water. So this is something tangible for you to do that you're going to be doing energetically as well. So on the day of the new moon, tomorrow, go ahead and pour a little bit of water in there. What are you bringing in? And I really want you to feel it. I want you to see it. I want you to hear it. I want you to taste it. Go ahead and taste that water if you want to. Okay? And every single day until the full moon, I want you to keep putting those intentions in until your cup is full. Okay? And then on the full moon, go ahead and imbibe that water. So you may want to make sure that it's filtered water. And go ahead and drink that water. Drink all of your intentions, something that you've been focusing on. So that way you have a very clear focus of what you are bringing in each and every day. With our very chaotic lives, sometimes it's very hard for us to do something like that. But water signs, since this is utilizing your element, I do believe that this is definitely going to be helpful for you. So this is actually beyond this week. It just so happens to be starting this week, but this is for an entire lunar cycle. Very interesting. I can't wait to try that, actually. That's something I haven't tried. So interesting. Let's see. Let's go back here. Oh, Sumi says, and I love Susie. Susie's south node is in Cancer. Lisa said, yay, moon energy. My moon and ascendant is Cancer. And Susie said, Mars, Venus conjunct. Susie's saying that Lisa is an oracle. And Tavish says, my Venus is Pisces and my rising is Cancer. And Tokra said, wow, I will try that water magic. So yeah, that's interesting. Like I said, that's something that I haven't tried before. It's just something that came through. So hey, wherever you guys go, if you have a little bit of water in your chart somewhere, let's give this a go. And then, yeah, when it comes time for the full moon, let's talk about how our moon cycle went. Like, that sounds amazing. All right, so yeah. It's gonna be fun. Oh my gosh, that sounds so cool. All right, air signs. Let's see what we got going on here. Ooh, and And snake coming in for the win, because who's an air sign? This girl. Who's got mostly air in her chart? This girl. Who's got a snake skin up on her altar? This girl. Who used to have Viper bee? This girl. So yes, snakes all around for me. Susie said Venus in Pisces is the happiest placement for Venus exalted. That is so cool. All right, so air signs. Let's see what you guys got for this week. Okay, right away I heard the words, no more hiding. No more hiding. All right, air signs. So we're the sign of, well, especially like Gemini, the sign of communication, of thought, being able to take something from the ether and being able to put it into reality. It's also, you know, ideas and, you know, all of these things. We think of the breath of life. You know, air is life itself, ka energy, or koyopa energy, which would be kind of like breath, but also lightning. Oh, air and lightning. But with the snake skin, my air signs, you know, not just for me, but for everybody that has air placement in their chart, I just kept hearing, no more hiding, no more hiding. You know, many of you have been feeling this change, this transformation. Some of the things that you guys used to do, or how you used to believe you're trying so desperately to keep it in the present moment because you don't know how else to think or how else to act because it's what you've always done. But something doesn't feel right anymore. Like it feels uncomfortable, and it's just like a snake shedding its skin. It's uncomfortable. It doesn't fit anymore. I got to take this thing off. So I'm getting that with you guys, you know, where let's say when people get into arguments, perhaps you always act a particular way when arguments come up, but continuing to act in that fashion doesn't seem right. Like it seems like I would feel more comfortable doing this, but I don't know. I've never tried that before. It's very scary to me because I identify so much with the past that who am I supposed to be in the present? And that's exactly it is. You are you in the present. You are whoever you would like to be, you know, here in the present. The past has no bearing. The only reason it's alive is because we make it alive. So with the snake energy, this week is all about you doing your best to start taking off that old skin, those old beliefs, old ways of doing things, that the way that you keep connecting yourself to the past, because that's all it is. It's past. It has nothing to do with you in the present. So no more hiding. No more hiding behind the you of the past. It might be very scary to act differently than you normally have, or think differently, or speak differently. But this is you now, and you now has no connection anymore to you of the past. And don't worry, it'll soon be easy flowing. You know, once you get the hang of it and realize this is me now, it becomes second nature. And the person in the past seems like somebody that you used to know. All right, powerful week for you guys, air signs. Oh my goodness. Let's go back here. Tokra said, me, I saw a snake in my garden this morning. Oh my gosh. Powerful synchronicity. Let's see. Susie said, most romantic placement and rose-colored glasses, agape, love. Nice. Loving unconditionally. And Sumi said, no more hiding. Don't be a jive turkey. Exactly. You catch my jive. All right. Let's see. Let's go into, the special question. So this is the question that you guys voted for on my YouTube channel. So I posed 4 questions, and I put that out on Thursday, I believe, and then you guys have been able to vote. I also posed the same question to YouTube memberships and also to Patreon, so that, you know, people in Patreon YouTube memberships, basically they get double votes. they get to vote on Patreon, and then those votes also count with the YouTube channel votes. Sumi's like, can you dig it? Susie said, I just had deja vu. Interesting. Interesting, interesting. Well, take it all in, you guys. Take it all in. All right, so the special question, here it is, and I'm going to use the Invisible Light Tarot for that one. And the question that you guys all voted on with the majority of the votes, this one almost got blasted out of the water. Are you guys ready? It's kind of synchronistic. What skin am I shedding? Literally, that's the one that you guys voted for. What is the last one? We just started talking about snakes. Interesting. Interesting. Anyway. All right, so you guys are wondering, what skin am I shedding? So let's do this. By the way, love this deck so much. So this is the Invisible Light Tarot. Okay, got this many years ago, actually. Okay, so let's pull a card on it then. Yeah, everybody's like, wow. What skin am I shedding? All right, let's see. What is it? So much snake imagery coming up as of late. What skin am I shedding? Whoa. No, we gotta reshuffle. That didn't feel quite right. There we go. That feels right. Okay. All right, here we go. 7 of Earth. I don't know if you guys can see in there. It's what I like about this deck, it was taken with a film camera, like old film, so it's got weird like technicolor, and this is more of like a UV color, so a purplish color, but we have the 7 of Earth here. Okay, so what skin am I shedding? Interesting. Okay, what I was getting with this, I was seeing almost like us, like, you know, all of us, as if we were like little plants and we're sprouting up slowly out of the ground. And I 100% believe that everybody has intuition to some degree, and intuition can be strengthened. And the way we strengthen our intuition is by acknowledging it and putting our faith in it. And the more we put our faith in it, the stronger it is, instead of the reverse. You know, the less faith we have in something, it doesn't really have a chance to take hold and become strong. But what I was seeing is many of us are beginning to feel our intuition in different ways. One example is nowadays when I do readings for you guys, I'm in constant channel mode now. That's how I receive my messages. It's different than I've utilized my intuition before, but I'm getting more confident in it. And I'm trying to give it my faith so that it becomes stronger, so that I can give better messages, clearer messages for people. But I feel like that's something that you guys are shedding now. You're shedding an old way of using your intuition. And that's because of the healing and the growth that we're all going through. And, you know, every time you level up, well, then your intuition also shifts and changes. So maybe you've always been a clairvoyant, but it seems like your clairvoyance isn't coming in like it used to, but you're getting a lot of music now. You're getting a lot of sound. Your clairaudience is picking up. And you may just brush it off as like, oh, maybe I'm just hearing things. But no, really go into it. You know, all testing aside, and it's not tinnitus or anything, you realize that no, that's actually intuitive messages coming in, and you give faith to it. You give belief to it, and it becomes stronger, so that your messages become stronger. So that is the skin that many of us are shedding right now, is in the way in which our intuition works. Some of you guys are just have the inner knowing, like somehow you just know something, and maybe that's new to you or foreign to you because it's always come in empathically, or I've, you know, felt things, or I've heard things, you know, I've been able to see things with my third eye or my actual eyes. But nowadays it's like I just know something, and that's unusual for me. But give belief to it, give faith to it, let it become stronger, because it's changing for a reason. We can't expect our intuition to remain the same if everything else in our life changes. You know, we're always changing. Therefore, your intuition, which is a part of you, that's always going to change too. Um, so for me, oftentimes, my clairaudience was getting quite strong, but now I'm doing a lot more channeling. And so, my clairaudience, I suppose, is just taking a break, and that's okay with me. Just kind of go with it. And so that's the message for all of you guys. If you guys have been getting these intuitive hits, but it's different than how you're used to, maybe you're getting them in dreams, maybe you're seeing more synchronicities, you're experiencing, like Susie was saying, deja vu a little bit more. Maybe that's just how your intuition is now transforming with you. So have faith. You're going to need that to navigate all the future changes this world is going through. Okay, you're going to need these new quote unquote skills, but they can only become strong if you work at them. All right, let's see. Let me go back here. I missed some of your comments. Oh, Lisa got the Hermit. And Tavish says, I'm going to use my homemade oracle to divine it myself. Very cool. Susie is seeing 222, 111, 555 everywhere lately. For me, I keep seeing 911 and 1111 and 111, like everywhere. Tavish got Adoramus and Torch. I keep getting this exact pair of cards lately. There you go. That's probably also how your intuition is working. It's sometimes external like that, where you're starting to see like the same pairs over and over, and for you it's coming through in your cards. Susie is loving the channeling. Well, thank you. Lisa is also channeling a lot stronger. That is amazing. Yeah, definitely, Susie. Yes, amazing. So yeah, I mean, this is great. I mean, I think it's, sometimes, when I think about it, I always thought that, when you have particular intuition, that's just like your intuition for, that's just how it goes. And yeah, I think that we can strengthen our other avenues of intuition, but it's like when sometimes, another way of divining or another way of intuiting your world comes up. It didn't actually like occur to me that, yeah, if we're always changing, wouldn't our intuition also change? Like a doy. And Sumi is saying that Liesel is very intuitive. I agree as well. Okay, let's see. So you guys get to jump in on our live viewers poll. So those of you that are actually in the chat today, I have 2 questions for you guys. So you guys go ahead and vote with a red heart or a green heart. If you don't have access to your emojis right now and you're only near a keyboard, you can just type the words red heart or type the words green heart. Okay, let me read both questions to you, and then you guys go ahead and cast your votes. All right, and by the way, the deck that I would like to use for this particular voting is the Divine Feather Messenger, because feathers. Love me some feathers. Okay, here you go. Here is question number 1. Why are memories of my traumas so important to me? Okay, why are memories of my traumas so important to me? So if that is a question, that's a big question. I don't know. These questions just kind of like came to me, so I'm putting them out there. That's the question you want me to pull a card on. Go ahead and vote with a red heart or just type the words red heart. Question number 2. Kayla, hey! How can I take advantage of the sunlight, both in its physical and metaphorical sense? How can I take advantage of the sunlight? So if you want me to pull a card on that, vote with a green heart or type the words green heart. Okay, so I'll go over them again and then we'll do a little Jeopardy music. All right, so why are memories of my traumas so important to me? When people keep recalling a particular trauma over and over, vote with the red heart or green heart for how can I take advantage of the sunlight, both physical and metaphorical. All right, so it looks like we're coming in with the Christmas colors. So Susie has a green heart, Tokra has a red heart, Kayla coming in with a green heart, so we have 2-1. And then Lisa also coming in with a green heart. So we have 3-1 so far. Go ahead, you guys, keep voting, keep voting. Um, And then see 1, 2, 3, and then number 4, Sumi coming in with a green heart as well. Tavish says it's been super cloudy here where I live, so I choose green heart. All right, so we have 5 green hearts and 1 red heart. I'll do just a quick little Jeopardy music. Oh, butterfly coming in with 2. All right, so we have 5-2, 5-2, 2 red hearts. Do 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 do. Got a sip of water cause we've been chatting a while, dude. Susie's got the music playing. Tokra's like, I live in Florida, go figure. All right, so it looks as though green hearts are gonna win this round. We win this round. Butterfly says, trying not to burn my empanadas. I've exploded 2 of them. Well, you know, dude, that should be a game. Exploding empanadas. I would totally play that game, by the way. I think you have a $1 million idea. Exploding empanadas. All right, so green hearts, green hearts. You guys had the question, how can I take advantage of the sunlight, both physically and metaphorically? How can we take advantage of the sunlight? And it doesn't matter what hemisphere you reside in, the sun is out in some fashion. All right. Ooh, okay, sure. I guess that's gonna be our feather. Huh. There's my synchronicity. Okay, so first of all, can anybody guess what feather this is? And if not, I'll just go ahead and flip it around. Okay, so this is an eagle feather. And eagle had been stalking me for a little while now, so hey. Sumi's got the turkey. Butterfly said grackle. It does kind of look like a grackle feather though, right? I would say it's pretty close to a grackle. Okay. Sumi's like, I was close. Sometimes those eagles can be turkeys, you know. Says you are learning all aspects of spiritual connection and reaching new heights. Weren't we just talking about that? Leveling up, our intuition changing and things like that. But let's see how it pertains to our question, which our question was how we can take advantage of the sunlight, both physically and metaphorically. So I'm going to tap into eagle medicine here and see how eagle can help us out. Okay, we'll go with in the physical sense first. In the physical sense, what is some magic that you can make utilizing solar energy? So it could be making a sun tea. It could be planting certain things that thrive off of the sun. I know that there are many very hardy plants here in Arizona that truly enjoy the intensity of the sun. I was also seeing people like lightening their hair physically, you know, in the sun, you know, washing away a certain color in hair. You know, sometimes people put lemon juice in their hair to bring out their highlights, you know. So there's the fun aspect, using solar energy. But on a more serious note, the metaphorical aspect of using the sun. And what Eagle was showing me was sitting in the dark. And in the dark, if I don't wish to be in the dark, I could make a fire. I could switch on a flashlight. You know, I could flick on a lighter. There are many ways that I could bring light to the darkness. But what Eagle is saying is the things that humans have created, like fire, flashlights, lighters, all of these things, they're all external representations of what's on the inside. So think about the solar that's on the inside, and oftentimes we talk about the solar plexus, and we literally have a light inside of us. And many spiritual folks talk about people having a light within them. So just like if we don't want to sit in the dark, we can just flip the switch in a bedroom, we can make a fire, we can flick open a lighter and use it in a concert. But we can make light, and that's because we are light. So if you feel like you've been in the dark, or you feel like you are in a dark place, do remember this, that the light is in you. It's always been in you. You can't extinguish that light. That is the one thing that continues to burn no matter what. Now, the ego may make you feel as though you are enveloped in darkness, that there's no way out of this darkness. But if you take for a moment and to ground yourself and thank the ego for helping in whatever way that was trying to help, and you connect to your higher self and say, show me my light. Show me my light. It'll be as easy as flicking the light switch in a bedroom and bringing light to what was once dark. So just like the sun, brings warmth, brings life to our planet, so do you. The sun is in you. Everything on this planet is an external representation of what's inside of us. The sun exists because of us. The moon exists because of us. The fires that we can create is representative of the fire inside. So it's also a message for people who do feel, like I said, if you feel like you've been in the dark, you're in a dark place, ask your higher self to show you your light. It may take you a while to see it, but it's going to be there. Everyone has a light. And sometimes we just have to search for it. Okay, so again, in the physical sense, how we can utilize the sun is go out and do sun type activities, create a sun tea, go sun yourself, wear your sunnies. But in the metaphorical sense, utilize the sun to help you remember the light that you have inside. We make fire because we are fire. We see the sun because we are sun. All right. Okay. Let's see. Let's go back here. Susie said, definitely your Scorpio rising, the eagle. People just think of the scorpion. Yeah, definitely, yeah. This guy's been stalking me. Aw, thank you, Susie. Lisa envisioned a candle. I do love candle magic. Very cool. And Sumi said, remember, seeds grow in darkness. You're in a powerful place of growth anytime you feel your world has gone dark. Yes. And Susie said, this is amazing. I can't do super chat, but I'm sending a birthday gift. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, that was, wow. That was quite the message. All right, so what I would like to do for you guys now is let's dive into a healing. Like we've gotten a lot of messages today, so let's see what actually resonated with each of us. I know not everything is going to connect with everyone, but whatever did connect with you, let's keep that in mind as we do our little healing. And this one's going to be a little bit different. So I don't have my drum with me, and I don't have my tongue drum, which actually it's behind me. I could grab it, but I wanted to use my wands because it does have that subtle sand sound in it, because there is sand in here from the Superstition Mountains. So I just wanted to walk you guys through a very short guided meditation, just a few minutes of your time. And in those few minutes are yours. This is your personal time. This is just you, yourself, and you. And think about everything that connected with you. And with the new moon tomorrow, this week, what do you want to bring in? And when you bring things in, you know that there needs to be something that needs to be let go of. So what do you want to let go of? What do you want to release? It could be something tangible, it could be something intangible. It's up to you, because this is your intentions, you personally. Okay, so I have my wand here. I'll use that for a little bit of sound, but more like I'm just gonna walk you guys through some things. So get nice and comfy. Tokar said, lovely message. Thank you. You're very welcome. All right, so go ahead and find yourselves a nice seat on the couch, a chair. You can lay down in bed. You could be sitting on the floor like I am on a nice cushy towel. But go ahead and get nice and comfortable. This time is for you personally. This is just you time. And go ahead and relax your shoulders away from the ears. Get the neck nice and relaxed. Relaxing the arms, let them feel nice and heavy. Relaxing the legs. And as you bring your awareness into your body, go ahead and monitor your breathing. Just paying attention as it goes in and out. Life force energy in and out. And just take notice if the breathing is shallow, the breathing is deep. You're just paying observation, that is all. But on your next inhalation, we're going to take a full and complete breath. And if you're lying down, make sure that your spine is nice and straight. And if you're sitting, make sure that you're sitting up nice and tall, as if somebody has a little cord coming up, or a ribbon from the top of your head pulling you up nice and straight. So that tree of life that is our spinal cord can receive light and could also receive earth. Okay, and we're going to take a full breath all the way into the lungs, all the way into the diaphragm, all the way into the stomach. Nice deep breath in. Oh, let that life force energy fill every cell in your body. Feel it in every inch of your body. Watch it moving around your body, and breathe out. All the way out, belly button to the spine. And all the way in. And out. And realize that there are plants and energies on this planet whose air you breathe in, the oxygen that you breathe in, and what you expel is their life. It's a cycle. See that cycle as you are breathing in and out. The energies on this planet giving you life, and you thus giving life to the energies on this planet. Continue to see that cycle. And as you do, I want you to start seeing yourself dualistically. I want you to imagine roots coming from the lower half, the sacral and root chakras through the legs, and those roots are diving deep into Mama Gaia's core. And as your roots twist and twine and are met with all the other root systems on this planet, and they find the core of the earth, they wrap around that core, and you breathe in that powerful earth energy, this planet's energy, the planet that you are a piece of, you are a part of. When you die, your body becomes earth once again, and your spirit goes back to source. You are both of these things all at once. And as you're breathing in, also breathe in that source energy coming in from our upper chakras, our crown chakra, our third eye, our throat chakra, moving down, down, down. And I want you to imagine these two energies meeting at the heart. Earth energy coming up with every inhalation, and source energy coming down, meeting at the heart, here in the center of your chest. and you feel these energies combine within your body. The energy of the divine, which you are, and the energy of earth, which you also are. What a wonderful time to be alive. Being both divine and earthly at the same time is beautiful. Allow these energies to mix within your body. And if you've been feeling ill, you've been feeling pain, emotionally, physically, anywhere in your body, at this moment right now, I want you to send light and earth dualistically to those parts of your body. You are divine, you are earth. Send it to the parts of your body that need it most. Your etheric body, mental body, emotional body, physical body. And as you continue breathing in, think of the intentions that you want to bring in this week. We have a new moon. There's always something new. Cycles occur over and over again. With this next cycle, what do you want to bring in? What resonated with you? What connected with you during today's chat? Breathe that in. Let it fill your energy. Let it fill your physical body. And with every exhale, I want you to release something to make way for the new. Just as the moon releases and thus also brings in, what are you releasing? And just continue this visualization. Breathing in, breathing out. All right, go ahead and start bringing your awareness back into your body. And you can wiggle your fingers and toes, bring your awareness back in. If you had your eyes closed, go ahead and open them back up again. And oh wow, so many hearts and hellos. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. You're so very welcome. I really wanted to incorporate this, and I'm so glad I did. It felt amazing. So anyway, Tavish said, "OMG, I feel so light and clear. That was so relieving and amazing. I'm so happy." I'm just hope in some small way that not only can we come together in these live chats and hang out and share our intuition and our joys and ideas and even our sorrows, that we can all come here and just chat with one another in this sacred space that we've made for ourselves, and and hopefully the healing you found beneficial as well. Thank you, Susie. So anyway, I thank you guys for joining me today. Remember that if you wanted to do super chats or super stickers, now's the time, and I'll definitely pull a card for you from my synchronicity deck if that's something that you would like to do. Or there's other ways that you guys can donate. You could always join up with my Patreon homies. I always have something going on every week over there on Patreon with channel guidance and crystal posts, and we have monthly live chats and monthly meditations and other things that I post on there. Of course, the polls and things like that. Lisa says, I got the old Duran Duran song, New Moon on Monday. Nice. Yes. And Susie's got the music notes again. Of course, of course. So yeah, you guys, thank you again. And oh, and also I have PayPal me, if you wanted to send a little tea money or even kitten money, I will pass it on to my kittens if you wanted to. But anyway, thank you guys. Thank you to everybody who is subscribed to the channel. If you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and do so. And if you haven't crushed the like button, as they say, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you to all of my patrons, to all of the people thinking about becoming channel members, and all the people who have sent some wonderful things, either in the form of PayPal or people that have sent lovely gifts over the years. I really do appreciate them. I don't expect them at all, but I do appreciate it. So anyway, I want to name my Patreons by name, by the way. So Michelle, Surian, Brandy, V, Samara, Kirsten, Jason, Kayla, Brian, and Charles. I thank you all so very much. Lisa says, thanks to all of you all. Lots of hearts and hugs. So yeah, and then for everybody who came into the chat today and everybody who's going to watch later, thank you guys. And I really appreciate when you guys jump in with your own readings and busting out the cards. That's like my favorite thing. Anyway, let's close up this circle. So I still have the candle burning here, so let's go ahead and make a wish for this week. Are you guys ready? Like a little birthday wish, but for the week. So 1, 2, 3, make a wish. Yay! And so it is. Okay, so bringing in the wand, let's close up that circle. Thanking the elementals of the north for helping us to gas our circle today. Thank you to the elementals of the west for helping us with our circle today. Thank you to the elementals of the south for helping us with our circle today. Thank you, elementals of the east, for helping us with our circle today. Our circle is open, but the circle still remains. As above, so below, as within, so without. Merry meet, merry part, merry do we meet again. And so it is. All right, you guys. So hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Have a fantastic Sunday. Bye, guys. Have a great Monday and a good week. Those of you that are taking some days off here in the States for Memorial Day, I hope you have some good time off. I know that some friends out in Belgium, you guys have had some days off this past week, so continue to relax, take the time, soak up that sun. Even if you're in the southern hemisphere, soak up that sun energy. And I'll catch you guys next week, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the earth signs for the month of June. All right, catch you guys later. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out. Bye, guys.